in one. Hard ballers and a bro fist for every single one of you out there as we make our goddamn return to the live Drama Friday. No longer will it be the pre-recorded nonsense. Although if you do watch it on YouTube and you miss the live recording, it's always pre-recorded for you. So that makes no sense. I retract my statement. Welcome back every single last one of you beautiful people joining me here. I'm glad. I hope wherever you are, you're on a fantastic day. I hope you're not crying about the World Cup soccer machine and that elbow from that guy from Cameroon. Give it some of this. Gives it some of this for no apparent reason whatsoever. That's right. I'm up to date with my soccer knowledge. Go Italy. Go team. I'm sure we're going to do very, very well when the ball is traversed into the back of the net and the goalkeeper misses it with his paws. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? Because the streets are full of cheer. The only reason I like... True story. The only reason I like the World Cup and when England do reasonably well is all the people you meet in day-to-day life who are generally really horrible bastards. You know what they're like. We call them like the general public masses, don't we? When you run into those people who are really selfish and ignorant and nasty people, they're always such great moods when the World Cup's on and England's doing well, but we're not. We're not doing well, apparently, so I'm told. I didn't watch it because I was playing games. But I did notice that people were happy. What have I got for you today? It's Drama Friday, which means we laugh and joke about all the horrible things that go on in World of Warcraft with anonymity and such, right? We get all this obscene power from hiding behind our keyboard. And when we do, we become changed people. We become different people to what we are in IRL. And then we look back on it and go, God, I was such a dick. I was such a dick. Oh, you ran into a dick. And sometimes... people are dicks. People are dicks, and that's okay. That's all right. I've got 4 stories here. Hopefully, we're going to get the way through them. I have one where we need to give some advice. I'm not sure we want to turn Drama Friday into an advice show because when it's about advice, people are still kind of emotionally invested in the situation. And I'm going to laugh. And I'm sorry because I know... I'll preface the story with that. I also have some ERP for you. I have a story. We're going hardcore, right? Because we were so far away. Because I was away for 3 weeks, I've been able to be picky. So we've got Saving the Girl Who Broke My Heart, bound to end well. My accidental ERP, beautiful. Accidental ERP. And Revenge, 30 minutes, or it's free. Yeah, a little clever title for you there. Now, we're going to start with the advice story, right? Because I've kind of warmed it up a little bit. Let me preface this. I am going to giggle a little bit at your story. Now, I want you to know, author, that you're out there. It's because, in the not-too-distant future, you're going to look back at this event and go, I was just being a young noob. It's the only reason. I know you're going to do that. You probably realise it yourself that in the future, you've goofed up, right, in the story. You goof up. But I know that in the future you're going to look back at it and you're going to be like, that was just a stupid thing to do. And get over it, right? You're going to get over it. It's going to be fine. But for the rest of us, entertainment abound. Okay? Entertainment abound. Here we go. Our first story, starts a few months after the launch of the Dragon Soul, where I had freshly transferred to Horde from the Alliance. So seeing as I was new to the faction, I needed a guild. I was looking for a social casual guild, hard to find, as we all know, them social casual guilds, because I had no real interest in raiding at the time. I found one rather quickly as Horde was higher pop than Alliance. I partly took the guild because it was high enough level to have all of the leveling perks. Yes. Partly because the GM rewarded gold to the top 10 most active people every week. While I was in this guild, I met one person that will forever, not forever, trust me, haunt my life. Right, who's going to be the girl? It's obviously going to be a girl. Because when a girl fucks with your heart, you feel like it will never, ever end. Who's got a girly little... Who's got a girly name? Kel. I know it's Kel Woot, but I'm going to go with Kel. Because it kind of sounds like Kelly, right? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Kel. Okay, so this lady who will forever haunt his life is Kel. Now, when I first met Kel, we were very cool. We would hang out and do random things. We would do old content raids for fun with the rest of the guild. Cool stuff, you know. One day, she decided to make a priest. Yes. I swear it wasn't me, right? You know what I mean? You know, that's what I'm saying. Right? I didn't add that in. So one day she decided to make a priest. I asked her if I could accompany her and make a warlock. She said okay. So there we went. Miraculously, we stuck it together for most of the grind. Around level 70, I had to go offline for an hour or so. When I came back, I found her getting run by dungeons by a few of the other guildies. This frustrated me, seeing as how we had done so well so far at staying together. I whispered her, asking, what were you doing? And I thought we were supposed to be doing this together. She was annoyed at first. But then asked if I wanted an invite to the group. You just wanted to come along because it's only been an hour. So I'm going to say, you're getting real hung up on this. It's only been an hour. It's not that big of a deal, right? I'm just saying it's not that big of a deal. There's 5 mans, level 70. It's, do you want to come? There's room. There's room. I said, yeah. I just stayed quiet for the rest of the time. And when it came time for her to... I'll come reluctantly. Yeah, I'll come. But I don't want to. And when it came time for her to log, I told her I'd catch up and ask her how much XP she had. Oh, you're going to level to, like, the number, aren't you? So I caught up. This was just the start of a long friendship that would eventually go bad. We finished out leveling our toons to 85, and some point in that time frame, we became closer outside of WoW. Me and her had Skyped a few times. I found out that she had a boyfriend. Oh, bummer! Dude! Shitter! I found out she had a boyfriend and he had some mental problems from time served overseas. Right. Okay. Same. One day while she was playing WoW, her boyfriend asked her to come with him to do something. I don't remember what it was. She told him she didn't want to. They argued for a bit and he stormed out. He had left his phone in the room, and when she ran to go hand it to him, she was met with a gun pointed at her face. She ran. If I recall, the first thing she did was get back on vent with me and a few other guildies. Okay. Why am I laughing? Guys, come on, back me up. Why does that give you pause for thought after a gun is pointed at your face? I'm just saying. What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do after that happens? Okay. They just tried to make her laugh. Just laugh it off. It's just a gun. What are you worried about? It's just a gun. What are you doing? I couldn't find any humour in it at a time like that. I just want to point out that was where your first major mistake was in this long tail, man. That's where your first major mistake, when you got told that somebody had pointed a gun at her face and she came back to vent and you totally bought into it. I'm just going to say. That was where it went really badly for you. That's where it went really badly for you. I couldn't find any humour at a time like that and consequently found that it ended up making her feel better by having her try to make me make a joke. Her boyfriend came back into the room very quickly, hugged her and said that he was sorry. They made up for the time being, but I knew she would never forget that moment. One day, me and Kel had gotten into a fight over something really stupid. She logged off after removing me from everything she could. Skype, Real ID, and Facebook. Super serious. After she had logged, one of the officers started jumping down my throat, claiming she was never going to come back again, and it was all because of me. We fought for a few minutes until I made a terrible joke that he took the wrong way, and he kicked me, claiming that I caused too much drama in the guild. I already had a backup guild, seeing as how, at that point, I was raiding regularly with another guild on my hunter. I texted Kel and told her what had happened, and she'd apparently not expected it to go that far. I never wanted this. I removed you from Skype, Battletag, and Facebook, but I never thought it would cost you your spot in the guild. But then she apparently decided that it might not be that bad if we weren't in the same guild. Things might go more smoothly. We need some distance, right? Are you with me, guys? You know what? It might work out for the best if we've got a little bit of distance in the virtual world. Little bit of space. A little space going on. A little bit of space going on. They seem to get smooth after the fallout of me getting kicked from the guild. And it subsided. A lot of people weren't happy. Fun fact though, that guild ended up disbanding later due to their own drama problems that I had nothing to do with. For the time being, I still had Kel as my friend, which to me was really all that mattered at the end of the day. Shortly after mob release, Kel had left that old guild and joined mine in hopes of raiding, to her boyfriend's displeasure. At this point, I had a crush on her, and she knew it. She always said she didn't like me like that. Shortly after she joined us, her boyfriend left her, claiming that she spent all her time with other people and people he didn't like. So she had been extremely depressed for a few months afterwards and started asking for money. Started asking for some cash. I obliged with the money, hoping she would use it to get on her feet. Though I didn't like doing it, I felt very bad about it. She continued for a while being depressed, bringing me down with her many issues, until she eventually started to try to get back on her own 2 feet. She went from one guy to another, hoping that she might find the one she loved. Each time I was getting more and more depressed, seeing as I was trying to keep her alive by sending her money, and that I loved her. Dude, what? You're now funding her relationships. The craziness when you look at it logically. Come on, man. Oh, God. Madness. Madness. I even went so far once as to clean out my bank account so that she might have backup money for one particularly risky relationship fail. I gave her everything I had earned and saved. And still she didn't give me a shot. I should have stopped helping her right there. But I was a fool and kept helping her up to the most recent boyfriend. Her newest boyfriend seemed like he was going to be a keeper. You seem happy. She's kind of a good boyfriend. It has been bringing me down like all the rest and then some. She initially lied about him, saying he was a deterrent for her last boyfriend to keep him away. I didn't believe it. By the time she finally faced me and admitted it was a lie, about a week later, she said she might be pregnant and that she was now engaged. I flipped, telling her that she was taking it too fast. That's why you flipped. That's why you flipped. If things didn't work out, she was going to be worse off than she'd ever been before. We fought and I asked for an apology for the lie the next day and she asked me to apologise for making her think she needed to lie. I lied because you made me think I needed to lie. That's what happened and it's your fault, so apologise to me. Oh my God. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I texted her saying how I really feel. How many of you have done the text message? How many have done the I love you text? I've done it. I've been there, guys. I'm going to do it now via text. Like a man. Like a man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to send you the message that's going to change everything and admit how I feel and the love. And it was always supposed to be this way. And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. I told her I loved her and that I knew it was never going to happen between me and her. She flipped out again. She didn't like hearing about it. We fought. Sometime in this fight, she and her boyfriend were having a discussion. She initially called it an argument, but now she was calling it a discussion about why I was still there and why she just didn't remove all possible means of communication. They ended up deciding to give me one more shot. I want you to realise this line. They ended up deciding to give me one more shot. The next day, I ruined it. We fought again. The tension had not faded from the previous night. It was more or less a continuation. You still feel like you're not being taken for a mug. I'm just saying that they decided to keep you around. Both of them! Both of them decided to keep you around. Who's sending the money? We'll just keep it around. We're just doing it. We're doing it. We're keeping you around. We'll do it. Right? We'll keep him around. He's pretty good. Pretty good. Now she won't talk to me, preacher. I feel used and abused and I don't know where to go. If you give me any help as to where I should go, preach, would much appreciate it. Audience, dispense the advice from a logical point of view. Please save this man. Please save this man. Please. Please save this man. Please, let's find him and bring him into... You need a hug, dude. Because you done goofed up really badly. You done goofed up really badly. You done goofed up real bad. You sent her a scroll. Ching, 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 ching. Doing it right. Doing it right. No. Yeah, just no. Stay away. Forget about it. You done goofed up. You'll laugh about it in the future. Trust me. Trust me. You're going to laugh about it in the future. Because you done goofed up. You done goofed up. So, let's have some ERP, shall we? Yes, that's it. Ballcuzzi. We're calling a Ballcuzzi on that story. Right, let's have some characters. I need an IRL friend. Who I assume's a boy. So we can have a boy for that one. Love a good boy. We need a dad. Oh, yeah. We assume he's a boy too. Maybe not. And we need someone who is titled The Whore. Alright. We need a whore. Who wants to be a whore? Which of you ladies loves taking on these titles? Again, ladies, I always encourage you to write in from the ladies' side. Wolf! I saw Wolf. Wolf can be the IRL friend. I like it. It reminds me of Gladiators from the 90s in the UK. Oh, Diagola. Diagola can be the daddy. Diagola sounds manly. Right, I need a whore. Oh, Candy Corn. That'll do just nicey, because you are sweet as a nut, baby. Sweet as a nut. Right, those are our characters. Let's have some ERP. Let's speed through these so we can get all 4 stories in. Hello, Preacher Man, and hello to your wonderful audience. That's you guys. Writing to you to tell me about accidental ERP and noobish adventure through the mystical plains of Azeroth. The only computer games I'd ever played were RuneScape and Club Penguin. What the fuck is Club Penguin? What is that? Are you joking? Club Penguin. Waddle around and meet. Waddle around and meet new friends. What? Are you fucking kidding me? No way. No friggin' way is this the thing. Let's watch the video. We need to see it. Oh, it's Disney. Awesome. Play 20 plus games. Dude, look at this. Earn coins. That experience, though. Recruit an Afro Penguin. Dragon Penguin. Oh, that looks awesome. That looks really good. That looks so fucking cool. I love it. So you're a youngster then, I guess. You would be a young one. Club Penguin is hardcore shit. Yeah, it is. I like it. Club Penguin, waddle around, meet new friends. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. They were the shit. So on one afternoon, I saw the most awesome game trailer I've ever seen. I knew I had to play it, and no, it was not World of Warcraft. It was Star Wars: The Old Republic. You know, the one with the huge battle inside the temple, and it looked awesome. So the next day at school, I'm 13 at this point, by the way. We guessed. We guessed. We guessed. We guessed. When our design teacher asked us to make a picture board of all the things we liked, I found as many pictures of Star Wars: The Old Republic as I could. When I looked around the class, there was another boy looking at the same pictures. And so the bromance with my IRL friend was born. Nice! It took me several minutes to get up the courage to go and speak to him. Aww. Aww. And asked him if he was going to play The Old Republic as well. When I did ask him, he told me he had already pre-ordered the game and asked me the same question. I couldn't believe I'd already found someone who could play the game with. He then asked me if we wanted to meet up at lunch and talk about the game. Oh, that friendship though. And so we did. He told me he had been playing Star Wars Galaxies for 4 years and couldn't wait to find a substitute. He started telling... Does that mean he played it after the Purge? Does that mean he played it after the Purge? 4 years. I think so, right? I think so. He started telling me about role-playing. He's a 13-year-old role-player with experience, and how you could be whoever you wanted to be with any backstory. He told me about emotes and that you could make your character do anything you wanted. This, of course, was a lie as it only came out in text, but still I was excited. The next week, I ordered my copy of Star Wars: The Old Republic to join my friend's RP server. I made a bounty hunter. It took me 3 weeks to get to level 25, and this time I'd set myself a few key rules about taking rewards from missions. I would only take armor if it matches my current armor I'd had before. Team Ghost is roughly equivalent to the rules of a 13-year-old boy who plays Club Penguin. And that, my friends, is the moral of this story. Are you listening, transmoggers? Are you listening? Are you fucking listening? You better have Team Ghost hashtag. Respect it. Respect it. This way I wouldn't look stupid. I wouldn't look stupid. I'd also only take armor if it had more green numbers than the previous one. That makes good solid sense. That's Team Preach. So this guy is kind of like a yin-yang. Working it. Working it. One night my friend texted me asking me if I would like to join an RP event. Eagerly I text back saying yes. My friend told me to meet on the bridge of one of the flagships where his guild was having a meeting. I remember I was sitting at my computer shaking, so scared about what I had to do in RP. I couldn't find the button to make me stop running. Oh, party foul! Party foul! So I ran up to the meeting and / coughed. Nice save. I was out of breath, right? That's why the... Woo! Just made it, guys. Just made it. Everyone stopped and looked at me. I wasn't ready. So I was silent for 1 minute, whispering to my friend about asking what I should say. I eventually put in /say, I'm a contract bounty hunter and wish to be under your services. Some of them then whispered me, laughing their ass off. I think I was almost in tears at this point, but they took me into the guild and told me they would teach me how to RP. That same weekend, my friend took me to the Nar Shaddaa Cantina. The Star Wars The Old Republic version of Goldshire. I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, if I get names wrong. I'm really sorry. I'm just not that into it. Star Trek for life. Just saying. Version of Goldshire. Whilst there, my friend left me to go and RP with some of his old friend. Oh, you got ditched? You got ditched completely? Just left you? Just fucked off to go talk? Don't you hate that? Even in IRL, that's so the worst. Hey, only person I know. You want to come to a party? Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm leaving you now. Bye. See you later. Well, my friend left me to go and RP with other people. So I sat in the cantina waiting for someone to approach me. An hour after sitting on my own, I was approached by a female Imperial agent. She sat down next to me on the chair and winked at me. As a 13-year-old, I immediately panicked and whispered my friend and said, what do I do? What do I do? He said back, why not ERP with her? I said, what is ERP? He said it was exciting roleplay. Ghosted. Ghosted so hard. Ghosted so hard. I whispered her, would you like to ERP? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Would you like to ERP with me? She said yes. After 5 minutes of casual roleplay, she whispered back, why not shall we go to my ship or yours? Oh dear. I hated my ship, so I said hers is bound to be better. Don't come back to my crummy old ship. Let's go to your swaggy apartment, shall we? You don't want to see what I'm rolling. Embarrassed of your car, virtually. Love it. I followed her back to her beautiful Imperial ship. When we got inside, I received the biggest shock of my life. She started to do emotes such as removes her top and removes her underwear. This shocked me so much that I froze up. After regaining the ability to move, I ran out of my room to grab the house phone to ask my friend what the fuck has he got me into. Oh, dude. My friend, when answering the phone, was in fits of laughter and couldn't believe what I'd gotten into. When I got back to my room, though, my dad was waiting there. He'd walked in to ask me something, but I wasn't there. He took a look at the chat box and saw the emotes and how they had progressively got worse to the point where she was now /E rubbing. I don't know. I kind of leave you to it. I kind of leave you to it. I'm like, good on you, son. I guess. I just kind of leave you to it. Like, oh, what a guy. Why have you found your dad at the keyboard? What are you going to do then? He's like, get out, son. Get out. Leave me alone. Close the door. Oh, my God. The fail. After my dad saw this, he banned me from my computer for 2 months. Oh, no. Come on. What? He's 13. Nothing wrong with that. A little bit of e-rubbing. Doing it all clean. He's safe. He's unlikely to end up in any sort of mess. I like it. Dad's whacking it. That would be rough. That would be so much rough. That would be so much worse. This was all my friend's fault and broke my heart. I felt like he betrayed me. After this, I decided I don't want to RP anymore. I moved over to PvP like a man. Like a man, I'm going to go on PvP. After the ban, I stayed with the Old Republic for 6 more months after the incident and didn't RP once. However, by the end of the 6 months, I got bored. One day, whilst at my friend's house, I was watching his dad play World of Warcraft. Now, that dad would have been alright. That dad would have been fine. He would have been like, oh, you're ERPing? Don't do that, you dick. That's probably a guy. What are you doing? What are you doing? He was playing a warrior and doing quests in the Iron Summit with Lunk, the crazy giant. The game looked amazing. Eventually, I downloaded it. I'm now heroic rating with my guild. It's 5 out of 14 Siege of Orgrimmar. Heroic, thanks to your help, Preacher. Hope you enjoyed my story. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. Other dad would have been fine. Other dad would have been pretty okay with the whole situation. Right. How are we doing? We're doing well, actually. Okay. I didn't mention any names in that, so I'm going to use them in here. I think there is a lady in the story. Yes, there is. Okay, so Wolf, you're going to now be the guild leader. I need one more person. I need one more person. One more person would be nice. One of them's a ghosty guy. Alright, we'll pick the guy who wants to be a douche. That's the question we'll ask. Who wants to be a douche? Who really wants to be a douche? Because apparently, he's a douche. He's a douche here. Who wants to be a douche here? Jonky will do just nicely. Mr. Jonky, you can be our douche for today. Remember, all this is fictitious. Be happy and enjoy yourself. Let's go fun. You can use this guild name as it's been disbanded, so no worries here. A lot of the guild members had to have the joke explained. The guild name, for those of you, I get it, is Piston Broke. Piston Broke. So there you go. Work out the joke and discuss it while we get started. The story is entitled Revenge. 30 minutes or it's free. Chapter 1, I should have seen it coming. You should have, in most cases. The background. Me and a friend in college decided to play WoW at the end of Vanilla. We went Horde and leveled. He was a Troll Warrior. Fail. And I was a Tauren Druid. Not bad. At the end of the expansion, we decided to re-roll so as to avoid the inevitable gankfest in Hellfire. Wow, that's the most pussy thing I've ever heard in my life. You really didn't play the expansion because you thought you would get ganked? Dudes. Dude bros. Dudes. Jesus. I've never heard of anybody doing that. He re-rolled a Tauren Druid and me, I went Blelf Paladin. That makes a lot of sense. I'm joking. Protection, of course. Super hyped for the return of the Holy Shield. Really? Holy Shield? Holy Shield was pretty lame, really, what it did. Okay, fair enough. Whatever. Whatever. Skip forward to hitting 70 in the string of raiding guilds. I then followed the IRL friend who was by the name of Jonky. I followed Jonky wherever he went. I Hellfire too hardcore, I know, right? Ooh. Fell Reavers, mobster. I followed Merrill. Started with one guild who he'd ninjaed from and got kicked. He decided to rage at me until I left with him out of some sort of warped mindset thinking he was wrongly accused. Jonky, did you get wrongly accused of ninjaing and kicked from a guild? Although to this day, I cannot figure out how you can wrongly accuse someone of pressing lead on a tanking mace when it clearly lists it in the raid chat. Oh, you have an IRL friend who's a ninja. That's going to be harsh. Still, as a faithful friend, I followed him. Keeping in touch with some of the people from the older guild. I later returned to that guild and boosted them through Zul'Aman. It happened again and again. Jonky just ninjas from guilds. Good old Jonky just ninjas from guilds and then forces his friends to leave as well as he gets kicked. We went through 5 guilds until we found ourselves at a crossroads. 5 guilds of ninjaing and you stayed with him. Good friend. Good friend. He quit the game for a month and I went on to RP. The obvious transition. Good man. I met my fiancée in this guild, and to this day we are happy in our lives without this arsehat ruining our game. Oh, Jonky. It didn't end well for you, I'm afraid. It didn't end well. A month later, though, Jonky returned. Jonky returned. Ready and raring to go and found a guild called Piston Broke. He peer pressured me into joining, and I took my fiancée with me. Why? We all have that friend though, right? I know I do. The three of us, 2 healers and a tank. Oh my god, really? And 2 IRL friends and a boyfriend, girlfriend, 2 healers and a tank? Wow. Guess I would never... Who invited you, really? Hi, we're 2 IRL friends and a boyfriend, girlfriend, 2 healers and a tank. Invite, please. Oh, man. Oh, man. 2 healers and a tank joined the guild and quickly established a good reputation within that guild. I was happy with the progress we had. Facing down Kel'Thalas. Kel'Thas. I really should have seen it coming. The ashes of Alar dropped. Of course the ashes of Alar dropped. Of course they did. Of course they did. The guild was quickly instructed on event. Everybody agreed. Why not pass? I don't get it. Everybody agreed. You can probably guess what happened next. Our good friend Junkie needed on the ashes and won them. The drama ensued. Oh, God. No. I've never seen Ashes of Alar drop. Ever. Oh, dear. Candy Corn, the guild leader's wife. The guild... What guild is this? Guild leader's wife. Guild leader, husband. Guild leader's wife. Boyfriend, girlfriend, and IRL friend. So 5th of your raid is all interconnected in a way that if one of them leaves, it's going to end really badly. Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever. Each their own. Sometimes it works. Sometimes. Candy Corn, the guild leader's wife, absolutely unleashed a torrent of rage, the likes of which I have not seen ever again. Instantly kicked from the raid and guild. Suddenly I got whispered by Junkie. Dude, are you leaving then? Dude! Your Junkie got kicked from the guild. Dude, why aren't you leaving the guild? Come on, man. You know it was unfair. It was Ashes of Alar, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? Leave the guild. This time I had enough. No more following blindly. I see you now, Junkie, for the twat you really are. Needless to say, this ended our friendship. I felt bad for the guild, now being a healer down. And re-rolled into my druid from vanilla and started to heal for them. No, oh my god, the cliche errors. Never re-roll to something you don't like. My god. Yes, I know. That mistake. Oh, God. Would you have gone? Would you have gone? Ask yourself that question. Would you have gone? Would you have gone? Chapter 2 gets worse. About 2 months after that, progressing in the Black Temple, I believe I was the core healer for their team. Excuse me. I had made excellent friends with 5 out of the 6 healers in the guild. 5 out of the 6. 2 of which I had met IRL and still talk to this day. We had only 1 raid leader and 25 people, so I offered to run a 10-man Zulaman team for the guild and an alt run for Karazhan. Oh, TBC, how I missed so much. While doing this, I was promoted to officer and spent long evenings helping the guild leader, Wolf, to develop his spam me not add-on. Needless to say, we became good friends, and this made it into a very busy period of time for me. My week below was accompanied with 6 hours of college, Monday to Friday, and part-time work at McBastards on a Saturday. Part-time Saturday McBastards on Monday. We beta tested his add-on and then had a Karazhan alt run. Tuesday was Black Temple. Wednesday was day off. Thursday was farm bosses in Black Temple. Friday was Zulaman Group 2. Saturday we were testing add-ons followed by tanking the Karazhan main run. And Sunday was Black Temple run. Now that's a TBC schedule, motherfuckers. And Saturday, even stinking of McBastards. Right? That's how we do a Saturday. That's how Saturdays are supposed to be done. Chapter 3, though, I was not prepared. After 2 months of doing everything in the previous chapter, week in, week out, I was sat in the guild on a Monday evening looking at the clock. It was 30 minutes to the Kara alt run and was due to start. 9 out of 10 people were already online. We decided to get the group formed and start clearing the trash to the horsemen. I was healing on my druid, so it wasn't too taxing for me to raid heal the trash, but the boss was a little bit out of my range. Really? Was one of them a healer? It must be. It must be, right? Attunement was super easy. As the other healer was, in fact, Candy Corn. Candy Corn. I asked the husband, Wolf, on then if he would ask her if she was free and able to join the raid early. He said sure and went off to ask her, but he didn't come back for 10 minutes. I was confused at the time to be waiting to clear some of the trash, so we cleared some of the trash to Moreau's while we waited. All of a sudden, Candy Corn logs into WoW, and I shoot the invite over. Not ready or quite capable of understanding the babble that was about to be heading to me in the chat, the invite was suddenly declined. So I asked her, Candy Corn, are you there? Wow. A few years have passed since then, so I don't remember it word for word. But I do remember what she said to me on Vent, in a shrill, northern British accent. You are not a pregnant woman! You haven't lived through hell like I have! What the... Whoa! What in God's name? Jesus Christ! You are not a pregnant woman, sir. And you have not lived through hell like I have. You have not. Incredibly confused by all of this, I decided to do the worst thing you can ever do when confronted by an emotional woman. Fight back. In guild chat, I ranted and snapped back, calling her a power whore. And that she should try sucking off the guild leader of the other guild on the server, just like she had done to get with Wolf. Someone please taunt aggro. Whoa. Whoa! Needless to say, I was instantly kicked from the guild after that line and banned from Vent. Oops. Wolf was there, man. Well, that was it. The entire healer group was in a frenzy, raging at Candy Corn in our healer channel. Oh, she was the 1 out of 6? I get it now. Defending me. One by one, they all left the guild. A full team of 6 healers was diminished to just 2. And that's only because one of them was offline. Boom! Chapter 4, though. You don't talk to me like that. I'd like to say, outright in capital letters, I am not proud of what I did next. Every good drama story should contain the line, I am not proud of what I did next. That means you're doing your drama story correctly. That really does. As a word of advice, I want it in PDF format and it should have the lines in big capital letters, I am not proud of what I did next. We will in fact confirm of what it looks like. It should look something like this. Just saying, that's what it should look like. But I definitely enjoyed it at the time. I get you. Knowing all the information about this person and bent up with rage that I couldn't use any against this person because she put me on ignore, gave me the perfect cover to do a very, very naughty thing. As you may know, naming and shaming is a bad thing and you can get banned for it. I'm not sure how, but I got around the hammer. I hatched a cunning plan. First I started in trade and heroic groups I went in, constantly bringing up how shit she was as a healer. Start small, bad healer, don't invite to group, right? Doing it normal. How she got into her officer rank within the Piston Broke Guild, but that wasn't enough for me. Only the Horde was learning of what sort of two-faced bitch this pathetic excuse for a woman was. To the forum. Using a level 1 alt character, I began to post links to images I posted of our chat logs, discussion between Wolf and myself, how I found out about her affair. She was in a guild with Wolf for months, married to another man, and also had a child with that man. It took her 3 weeks to cheat on her actual husband with Wolf at an IRL meeting of the guild. Oh dear. She has a cyber life that she's keeping from her IRL life. And that's how she got pregnant and lived through hell. Now you know. Now you know. Now the entire server knew what she was like and I started to feel better. Really? The true twattery in me, however, was not over. Because me and Wolf were still good friends. Still testing his add-on updates for him. He was telling me about how she was so upset by the server stonewalling her and insulting her and couldn't believe that someone in Piston Broke told her the story. He went on to say she was moving servers and so was he. He made the worst mistake ever and told me and the guild which server they were moving to. I should have stopped. She was hated. She was hated off the server because of my rampage. I should have been happy, but then I realised deep down that it wasn't enough. I would not be too happy until she was forced off the game. Oh, dude. Dude! I began the assault again. Copy and pasting my original post to the New Realm forum on a new tune named No Escape. 3 weeks later, Wolf contacted me and said that they were quitting the game and stopping the production of his add-on. Which is the important bit, right? Stopping the production of the add-on. Thanking me for all the hard work and put in and logged off. To this day, I haven't spoke to him again and got some ridiculous sense of satisfaction when I install Bad Boy Anti-Spam add-on. As you can imagine, though, the guild fell apart. I know, right? At least he said he wasn't proud of it. At least he said he wasn't proud of it. He wasn't proud of it, right? He wasn't proud of it. It's no big deal. We can get over it. At least he wasn't happy about it. I guess. At least he wasn't happy about it. So, right. Let's brief story to finish up. Not the add-on. It's getting like ridiculously hot in here. It must be about 40 degrees. So I'm going to finish up with this brief story for you because it's only part of the story because it gets really dark. I read through some dark stories. But I'm not going to read any stories about pedophiles. I just want to put it out there, right? If it's a real pedophile story, no. Let's not do that. That's not funny. It's not entertaining. Right, I need a couple of brothers. Need me a couple of brothers is what I need. Need me a couple of brothers. From Australia. I need some Aussies. We got any Aussies? I can't even tell, right? I wish I could tell if you were actual Aussies. That would be really nice. We'll go with Heatheran. And Pop Bob. Pop Bob can be in. Okay, a couple of brothers. Brothers always get on well. There's going to be more characters coming into it as we move through the story, so, by the way. So, I'll just pick names from the chat. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Right. I love your show, and I love the idea of sharing hilarious moments in WoW with everyone. I thought I'd share mine. Currently in WoW, I'm playing a human warlock. I now live in Australia, down under. My story is based in Wrath, when I started getting into raiding with guild and friends, etc. Back then, I was a resto druid for my guild, and I loved it. The guild I joined was called something, and I was in their 10-man raid group straight away, and we had great times raiding. We all pretty much lived locally. Most of the raiders know each other and living together in reality, which led to with most of the raiders knowing each other and living together in reality, which led to some pretty hilarious encounters. So they're close friends, right? You got this 10 man's great friends. Probably one of my most memorable moments was when we were doing heroic gunship in the Icecrown Citadel. We all remember it, right? Gunship forever. Best fight. We downed it easily and loot was being distributed, and from memory, something really good dropped that about half the raid wanted, so of course they all rolled on it. It started slow. Someone rolled a 2, then a 26, then a 50-something. And then my brother, Heatheran, on his human DK, did his roll. It was a 99, of course. He began cheering, certain of his victory, and then his other brother... Oh, sorry, the author's not the brother. So, one of the brothers is called Heatheran, and then the other brother, Pop Bob, spoke and said, you know what? I think I want that for my off-spec. I'm right next door, man. They did live together. Pop Bob, of course, rolled 100. Everyone started laughing their ass off, cheering. Ventrilo was full of sound. Heatheran yelling, no, into the mic several times. He then yelled, Pop Bob, I'm coming for you. Followed by the rattling of him putting down his headphones and getting off his chair. Pop Bob was still laughing hysterically, not heeding the warning as anything serious, but when he then heard the door slam wide open from Pop Bob's mic as he turns around, still laughing too hard. He then suddenly, still laughing, started to yell no repeatedly as we could hear the two brawling. At the time, we couldn't fully understand what was happening, but it sounded awkward as hell. Random grunts and Pop Bob yelling, but still laughing. No, man! Put your pants back on. What are you doing? Oh, dear. After about 5 to 10 minutes of brawling, Heatheran returned to his room as the other 8 members of the raid are still crying in laughter and asking what has happened as Pop Bob seemed to have gone AFK. Heatheran then answered, saying, I pulled down my pants and I rubbed my balls on his face. Oh, man. Do you wish you'd not rolled 100 now? It's weird, isn't it? That is really weird. No. Oh my god. The Ballcuzzi is real. The Ballcuzzi is real and it happened. Oh my god. I pulled down my pants and I rubbed my balls on his face. We then asked, where is Pop Bob now? The brotherly love is real. Oh, man. He responded, He's taking a shower. You got real life teabag, son. Oh my god, I'm not sure what I'd think. My brother is like nearly 60, so it would be weird and saggy and probably cover my entire face like a sheet. He said he's taking a shower, so everyone should take a break before we do Southang. It was quite the experience, and the brothers, roughly for a week, would sneak into each other's room at nights and teabag each other with their balls every so often. At the end of it all, though, Pop Bob and Heatheron still saw the humour in it and did not hold it against each other. It was a solid week of teabagging going on with real balls. A solid week. Nice thought. Well, there you go, man. What are you doing here if you don't want some nice Friday thoughts? And that's the thought I'm going to leave you with, because it gets real dark after that. It gets real dark after that, but it started really well. It started really well. It started pretty good. It was a good story, right? Brothers getting away with the IRL teabagging and then doing it at night. Awesome stuff. I love it. I love the brotherly stuff. That's gay. It's about as anti-gay as you can get, realistically. It's about as non-gay as it goes. About as non-gay as it goes. That is going to be the finale. No, I'm not going to tell you the rest. It's pretty evil. It's pretty nasty. We don't want to do that. A nice welcome back to drama. We had some ERP. We had some teabagging. We had some requests for help, in which you guys, I'm sure, have contributed vastly to that. I believe the Fat Boss guys are streaming Warlords of Draenor Alpha Alliance New Zone coming up in the next few hours, so I'm going to be working late into the night, so feel free to tweet me or whatever while I'm going. I will reply and be happy. For the rest of you, check out the Fat Boss guys. I'm not sure what they're up to. Other than that, have a great weekend, guys. Do something cool. There's no web show tomorrow. Go do something fun. Go and have a great time. Other than that, see you later, guys. We can take it. I know you can take it. My job can't take it. YouTube can't take it. There are certain things I just can't talk about. I can't talk about. See you guys. I'll see you next week.